Good evening. Welcome on into the evening edition of From Day One. Let's pick up the court where we left off.
For me because you appeared in court, I think earlier this week in Antrim County File 16-4820FC. You are being held in Benzie County, and we had a conversation at which you.
Okay, this was I had this appearance on here. I don't know what video. I don't know where it is. If someone knows, put it in the chat. Mr. Grabowski had some colorful language, and a one finger salute on the way out. So this is the subsequent hearing, and it's pretty interesting. I got this from Kristen.
Swore several times and ended up flipping the court off as you were leaving. I appointed Mr. Connolly to represent you in this case. Mr. Connolly, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Grabowski? We're set today for a summary proceedings contempt of court hearing.
I have, Your Honor, and I was able to speak with Mr. Grabowski about some background, what was occurring prior to that hearing, and what is occurring going forward with this Benzie County case. I do have some information for Your Honor that certainly doesn't excuse swearing in the court's presence, and Mr. Grabowski will acknowledge that was inappropriate behavior. But I do want you to know and understand what's going on with him, Judge. So it sort of gives you some background with respect to the frustration he was experiencing.
Benzie County, also absolutely beautiful, by the way.
Experiencing on that day, and the basis for the inappropriate behavior, so to speak.
All right. Well, I'd be glad to hear that. But before I do so, I need to establish that there actually was contempt of court.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm sorry, this is Mickey. Stacy Truesdell from the prosecutor's office is waiting to be let into this hearing as well.
I'm sorry, she's loading right now.
Okay, thank you.
Hold tight, everybody. We have Ms. Truesdale now with us. We've introduced everyone and identified exactly what is going on. Ms. Truesdale, for your benefit, this is a summary proceedings hearing following the defendant's appearance before the court earlier this week, wherein the court observed the defendant making swearing several times, number one, and then number two, flipping the court off as he was leaving the courtroom, I guess the digital courtroom. Mr. Connolly's had a brief opportunity to speak and update the court or indicate that he has updates for the courts regarding Mr. Grabowski's circumstances. Having said that, I have not made a determination yet whether there was a violation of criminal contempt. I do find, first I'm going to call this matter to order in summary proceedings. I'm going to swear myself in as a witness. I do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony I'm about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Oh, this is good. This is the good part here. This is the good part where the judge reenacts the scene. I don't know why. I just really enjoy it.
Number one, I find this matter to be important in terms of the operation of the court, and I believe that summary proceedings are appropriate. I find that the defendant did, in responding to the court's questions, say fuck twice, shit once, and also as the session was closing, did flip the court off, giving him the bird. We all know what that means. So as a result, I do find that there is sufficient information to hold the defendant in contempt for violation of the court order, the court's order, I should say, and close summary proceedings. All right, let's go ahead and have a conversation regarding sentence in this case. Mr. Connolly, you have some argument out of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. And in speaking with Mr. Grabowski, he was extremely polite with me. We discussed the behavior, the fact that you simply can't behave that way, and I tried to get to the bottom of what was the why did this occur? What was the level of frustration that was occurring that day that brought this out in you in the courtroom? So he indicated to me, Your Honor, that he's recently finished his PSI report in Benzie County. He's going to be sentenced there to a minimum of 3 to 6 years, it looks like. So that was something he had just learned prior to the hearing, which had him fairly anxious and frustrated. Also, just a little bit of background, Your Honor. when he was sentenced to prison in the underlying offense for which he owes the money, it did cause quite a bit of difficulty for him. He subsequently lost his children to the probate court and had many other issues that occurred as a result of that incarceration. So I think finding out, number one, that he was going to be spending a considerable amount of time in the Department of Corrections, on top of bringing up the old memories of what occurred as a result of the original case, I think he just sort of reached his limit and acted inappropriately. And I told him, everybody has bad days, but you just can't let what's coming into your head come out of your mouth when you're in the courtroom. You have to maintain decorum and etiquette, and that certainly Your Honor didn't have anything to do with either of those cases. And I explained to him, you need to be polite and appropriate when dealing with the judge, and that if he doesn't have money to pay, he doesn't have money to pay, and that's a fine answer. And if he's going to be incarcerated for 3 to 6 years, I'm sure the court understands he doesn't have money to pay. So all in all, Your Honor, I think it was just frustration and inappropriateness that built up due to the feelings, again, of what had happened in the past and what he just found out. He understands he can't swear at the court, Judge, and that he can't take his personal frustration out on you or others, that that's just not the way to handle things. So I think I can explain to the court, or I have explained what his current situation is financially. So for the underlying collections hearing, Your Honor, he simply, it's not feasible. He's not going to be paying because he simply cannot. And that just brought up some old memories and feelings for him that exacerbated the situation. I apologize certainly for the behavior, Your Honor, and he understands it's unacceptable. But given the amount of time he's looking for at going forward here, I'd ask that you consider not giving him any consecutive time for that if he's willing to apologize for his comments.
Very smooth, extremely well done.
All right, thank you, Mr. Connolly. Ms. Truesdale, did you have any argument regarding sentence?
Your Honor, I did view the incident that occurred last, or I guess it was earlier this week. And certainly the court's finding that Mr. Grabowski is in contempt of court is beyond appropriate, and we would leave it to the court for sentencing. It was your own order that was violated by Mr. Grabowski. And frankly, although I think we have a good explanation from Mr. Connolly, it's certainly not a good excuse.
All right, thank you, Ms. Truesdale. Mr. Grabowski, did you have anything that you wish to tell me before I sentence you, sir?
Yeah, Your Honor, I understand that you didn't have anything to do with it, but it's been a very hard situation. I did lose my son. My wife couldn't handle it. She lost her mind. Now I'm constantly dealing with a mentally ill wife. Don't get to see my kid. It's frustrating. And I'm sorry I took it out on you and everybody else there.
All right, thank you. The court has 93 days to work with in terms of violation of the criminal contempt law in this state. I can assess a fine of up to $7,500. The defendant was clearly not in the mood to be in front of a judge when we met earlier this week. The underlying issue was resolution of an outstanding judgment of payment. The defendant owes a certain amount of money as a result of some older cases, has not paid, and we are simply trying to resolve those matters while he was being held in Benzie County on a different case. It's a case that I knew nothing about, which isn't unusual at all. But regardless, it sounds like based on the representations of his counsel, he's going to prison for a lengthy period of time. While I in no way will justify and support the decisions that you made to treat myself and my staff inappropriately while you were in our recent hearing, I can certainly understand the level of frustration that you had. But again, court is court. You have to maintain a certain level of decorum. You didn't do so. I'm only going to sentence you to 3 days in jail. That sentence is going to be concurrent with the time that you're already serving. So no additional time beyond what you're going to get or what you've already received in Benzie County. I'm going to fine you $100. Further, I'm going to require that if there's any restitution left owing to the court in your other case that was before me, that restitution remain. However, I will not pursue any additional fines or costs we'll go ahead and remit those matters to your benefit. All right, so we will prepare orders to that effect. Ms. Fapper, did you just hear my decision with regard to the underlying matter?
Yes, I did. Thank you. So.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you all. Mr. Conley, thank you for stepping in, and Ms. Truesdale, thank you for being here.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for being so understanding. Have a good day, everybody.
-0594 FY. Ms. Claxton, did you
This is also from Kristen. Buckle up. I didn't get to this till today, but this guy's out there.
have opportunity to review the allegations on the complaint, nature of the offense, and the possible maximum penalties with Mr. Ratzvik?
I did, and we'll waive a formal reading. He'll be requesting court-appointed counsel.
Mr. Ratzvik, in order to complete the petition for the court-appointed attorney, I need to place you under oath and ask you some questions. Would you please raise your right hand? Will you swear
Yes,
that the
ma'am.
information you're about to give? Thank you.
Yes, Your
Swear that
Honor,
the
I do not lie.
You swear that the information you're about to give me will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am, I am a man of God.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome to lower your hand. And Mr. Ratzvik, what's your phone number?
My phone number is area code 2317 Betsy, B-E.
Do you have an email address?
Yes, ma'am, I do. It's lowercase James Radzovic. Why are they coming in the door?
Lowercase. Do we have this kind of
At the
situation
address
going
on Betsy Creek, are you renting, purchasing the
this?
home, or living with others?
No,
I don't
ma'am,
know.
I own it outright as a God-given property, and I have a cabin there that I own outright. I have power, I have infrared heat, I have underground utilities, and I have high-speed internet, and that's where my legal war room is, Your Honor. I'm currently underway with 7 lawsuits against powerful, evil people, and that's the God's honest truth. And I can name them if you would like.
No, please.
Oh, you'd like me to?
Are you working? No, I do not
Yes.
want you to. I only want you to answer the specific questions that I'm asking you, sir. Are you working?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you work?
I work for my LLC called Different Development LLC. I work with Remax in El.
I mean, I hate to say this, but Different Development is the perfect name for his LLC.
Rapids with Christian Nelson. We are both developers currently working on 1,000 properties, Your Honor.
Okay. What is your average take-home pay?
Well, we just started, so I'm getting disability right now, Your Honor. It is an amount of, I believe, $2,863 minus my humanity insurance, Your Honor, which I believe is approximately $163.78.
Do you own a vehicle?
Yes, I do. I own a 2008 Chevy, which is currently impounded by the Brickyard Towing Company, Your Honor.
And do you have any money
They don't recognize my right to travel, Judge.
in a checking account or savings account, any cash on hand, or any digital currency?
I have some money. I'm minus 500 in the hole, but Christian Nelson, I could ask people for $1,000.
I have some money. Okay, I'm $500 in the hole. Okay. I feel bad. Okay, no, I don't.
I don't like asking for money, Your Honor.
But you
I'm
don't
getting
have
paid.
any in a checking account or savings account of your own?
Yes, I do. I have a Fidelity investment account where I have thousands of dollars out of Boston, Massachusetts. I also have a Forefront account, number 4403. I think it's 4. Yes,
How
ma'am.
much money do you give in the
The old Forefront Credit Union in Traverse City. Very nice. But I really wouldn't be talking up my investment portfolio on the same appearance where I'm talking about why I'm on disability.
Fidelity account?
Oh, approximately. It's a joke right now, to be honest. I only have access to nothing. That's the truth. I do have a private fund through Royal Dutch Shell.
There may be a T-shirt there. I only have access to nothing. hot from the mouths of babes. Sometimes they just they slip up and tell the truth.
Although it's for the amount of 515. I have no access to funds.
Mr. Radsvik, I'm going to appoint an attorney for you. I'm going to remind you that you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say, orally or in writing, can be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questioning. If you could not afford an attorney, the court would appoint one at public expense. You have the right to have the attorney present during all subsequent court proceedings. You have the right to a preliminary examination. In this case, it would be scheduled for November 8th. That would be at 11 a.m. with Judge Stepka. Also on November 1st, you would have a probable cause conference. Ms. Claxton, is there information that you would like me to know regarding that?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. I have a court hearing where I'm representing myself against Barlow
Okay,
2.
Mr. Radsvik, hold on, please. I'm asking Ms. Claxton, okay, so she needs to tell me what she wants me to know first.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I apologize.
So Mr. Radsvik would like the court to know that, as stated, he would be out working if he got out on bond. He'd also ask that the court consider that he has some medical issues that he needs to take care of as well. He also reported that his girlfriend is very sick. She has condition COPD, and he is a caretaker. He wouldn't have any money to post for bond. However, he would promise the court to abide by conditions set today. And then I guess I just wanted to note that Mr. Radsvik, we reviewed the praxis report, and it looks like there's a DV mentioned on there. It was his understanding that that was dismissed. I don't know if the court can confirm that, if that's something that is considered today. Thank you.
The truth.
Free to be. You know it's good. I'm not familiar with the title, but you know it's just chock full of brilliance.
So set you free.
Right, I believe that the domestic violence conviction was with regard to the home